What up, YouTube Digital? Glad I didn't upload a video, because it'd been freaky as hell. But anywho, this whole Desarty 1 thing. Shocking? No. It isn't. I don't know the guy from anyone. I've talked to him. For some reason, we got an argument over fucking radio bullshit, and the whole thing, I was sitting here going, what the fuck are you talking about? And then once we went on Blog TV and we hashed it out or whatever, it was just so completely fucking stupid. And we agreed with each other. It was, I don't know what the fuck was the whole thing. But anywho, a lot of shit that he's been saying probably didn't go well for him. This has been going on for a while, that he's been keeping behind closed doors, which, usually you keep this personal shit behind closed doors. People are now doing petitions and stuff like that. You ain't gonna do nothing. Governor can't overturn this. It's not in his realms. It's good for every state, because it's, all the states. It's federally. It's done. It's over. He needs to get help. This is not okay thinking. People might be so sucked into it that they think it's okay, but it's not. It really isn't. And that's the thing, is, a lot of people need to back away and start really thinking about shit. And when you put little disclaimers on your videos and stuff, oh, the government can't do this and da 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 da, it means absolutely fucking dick. These videos are public. This is on a public medium. One time I had some jackass call the cops because I'd record shit from the CB and I put it in my echo box and then play it back and make him sound like an idiot. So he called the cops because I was recording it. Then the cops came over, laughed, because you can't do anything. It's public. Just the same as if he was walking down the street yelling, I'm an idiot, and I recorded it and I played it back to remind him. A lot of shit that I do on YouTube, I've already done in real life. You think I dress down a person on a YouTube? Fuck, give me a microphone. I'll make every trucker want to fucking run my house down. But anywho, people need to step back and listen to even the shit that he said. He went to his doctor's office. He started complaining about shit. Now let me be very clear here. To be classed this means absolutely nothing about suicide. It doesn't mean he wanted to commit suicide. He can't mention it because he thinks that's his only problem. We'll forget about poisoning foods and all this other weird shit that he's been saying, and shit that hasn't come out yet. We don't know who else is involved. For some of you guys don't know, that new Doomsday show is coming out, and apparently he's on it. The first one that was last year, kind of a trial run, I watched because Lamb Dog made a point to ask about the show, so I watched it. And I could tell you this, it is clearly edited to make them look like a bunch of fucking nut jobs. I would not do that show if they had $100,000 waiting, because I would not want to deal with the fallback. When I was at the local, fucking surplus store, and people realized that I was that jackass on that show, I wouldn't want that. So I seen some clips. They were definitely edited to make him look bad, but we don't know what was done. You know, we don't know what's on a cutting room floor. All that could have been used against him. You know, there was shit used against him. There was shit used against him to get the 72-hour hold on him. Okay? They can't just do that. Okay? Oh, the government does. The government does it. Even California doesn't do that. They had to have something to hold him. The sheriffs came out and forcibly took him to the fucking hospital. There was something there. Okay? You wasn't joking about putting a Klansman suit on and running down the fucking ghetto. He said other shit in there. Okay? It's clear as day. Then on top of it, who knows what he said in that hospital. Now, I will say that, being a bigger guy and stuff like that, that Irish was right, that sometimes body language and everything else can amplify something you say. I use that purposefully, but, you know. But who knows what he said? We don't. But the court of law has deemed that he's not mentally fit to own a gun. So he says. He really didn't even show anything. He had some Tennessee letterhead. It means absolutely dick. It might not even be true. Now that I think about it right now, it can be bullshit. It could be all fake. I doubt it, but it could be. It could be all a stunt. I doubt it, but I didn't see anything. He's not really telling us that much. He doesn't have to. He doesn't owe us that. But people are so worried about his guns, they're not worried about his mental health. If the court has deemed you that bad, they purposely wanted his guns away from him. Okay, so they had to go in. Otherwise, they wouldn't have gave a shit. If he didn't have guns or anything else, they wouldn't have cared. They wouldn't have gone that far. They did this because he has guns. And they felt he was a risk with them. Okay, these are, again, let me remind people, this is Tennessee. This is about as gun-loving places you're going to ever find in the United States. This wasn't California, Massachusetts, or New York. So let's put in a little reality here. The cops came to his door, so he says. They took him for a mental hold. Usually it's about 72 hours. That means the cops... Okay, let me be clear here. When the cops got there and they were looking at him like, is this guy okay? And they're listening to what he was saying. And God knows those patrol cars are recording. We all know that. So he obviously didn't give them no reason not to take him. Okay, now I'm going to talk about this. Back when I was younger, I had somebody call because I can't remember. I said something stupid in a way. I still don't know how the fuck he took it, but I was going to bed. Me and a good friend got in a fight. The living situation was kind of weird, roommate and all this other bullshit. And he was over at another house, and I said something like, fuck, I don't care, I just want to go to bed. And I'll deal with this shit tomorrow. And next thing I know, I'm laying down on the couch, and I hear a knock on the door. and it's the cops. And I'm like, what the fuck do you guys want? And they're like, hey, come outside. And I was like, no. What the fuck do you want? You guys gotta understand, this was a bad time in my life with the cops, okay? So, I didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen. And then they told me, well, your friend called us. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck? I don't give a shit. I didn't do anything to him. We had a fight. Whatever. We cuss each other out. So what? Is he gonna call the fucking crybaby police? You know, I still didn't get. And they said, no, you said something about harming people. And I'm like processing it. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys? Will you just come out and fucking talk? And finally they said something about, you know, I can't even remember. It was something like stupid crap. And I'm like, what the fuck? No, I told him I'd kick his ass if he talks shit to me again. Who gives a fuck? And they wanted to take me in and put me on a hold, and I told them to go fuck themselves. They have shit on me. They couldn't take me in because I didn't do anything. He called them, and I did kick his ass later. He called them just to fuck with me. But the cops are going to ask you, they're going to record all that bullshit. They're going to sit there and check your evaluation. Otherwise, they would just take you. They didn't just take me. The minute I opened the door, they could have just fucking stormed me, grabbed me, and everything else. They didn't. Because they can't. Oh, but the WROL, Black Ops Illuminati. Fuck, whatever. I've bowed to no man. Just fucking bullshit. Whatever. You know, there was something there. And, you know, again, people need to stop worrying about his fucking guns and worry about, Jesus Christ, something's not right. Okay? And once you get to that point, hope that it gets better. Because that's what all that really fucking matters. That, you know. And people need to watch what they put on here. People need to watch how bad they get down into the fucking nitty gritty bullshit that I hear on here. People can be considered Fruit Loops if you just sit here all fucking day long and that's all you do is talk about how the world's gonna end and everything else. That's not normal. And you go, well, wait a minute, it is. No, there's 300 million people in America that go to work and do all this other bullshit, go have drinks on Friday and all this other crap. They don't talk about it. And then you're gonna say, well, I'm one of the special ones that knows about all this shit. Right. Yeah. You're just privy to information that 300 million people aren't. It's okay to prep. It's okay to be prepared if, you know, a hurricane comes or whatever. It's okay to be prepared if somebody tries to, you know, come in your house or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. But people really need to start looking around at what they're saying on here. I've been saying this for 3 years now. One of the first videos I ever made was on this topic right here. If you don't think they can use the videos against you, especially for a mental hearing which doesn't follow constitutional trial law, you're sadly fucking mistaken. And it's going to bite you in the fucking ass really hard when it happens. So if you don't want it to happen, you better watch the type of shit you talk about. And it's not about whether or not you talk about, the end of the world because the government's going to come kill you because you have some special conspiracy information. It's just not healthy for somebody to doom all the time. It's not okay. It's not healthy. You could pick up a dozen or so bestsellers and mental health books and it will tell you it's not fucking okay to dwell on that shit. You prepare, you get on with your life. Burrs was talking fucking right about it last night on his video. And he didn't know, as far as I know, he didn't know. But you can't dwell on this shit. If you're going to make videos to help people prepare and stuff like that, you need to watch what you say, because it might not be you. You could be amplifying somebody else's mental condition. Don't give them any more ideas. We all know what could happen and all this other bullshit. This is why I don't make prepping videos. There are unfortunately people on here that don't have the mental capacity to realize that the likelihood of this happening is so small that I have a better chance of having Paris Hilton on my left nut, Kim Kardashian on my right nut, and J-Lo giving me a fucking rim job. And that's real. Okay? I have better odds of that happening and getting a golden shower by Halle Berry. What the fuck? All that of happening at the same time than half the shit I hear on here. Back up, rewind, go out, take a break, and realize what's going on. There's a lot of cool people on here. There's a lot of times that I hear cool people say shit that cringes me. And I wish everybody just go take a 2-week break, fucking figure it out. There is a line in reality. If you want to be better, that's fine. If you want to be prepared better, that's fine. If you want to live past 300 million people, that's fine. But you can't be that far away from what they are in reality land. They're not going to perceive you as being okay. Now, I'm going to probably get a lot of thumbs down on this. I don't give a shit. I'd rather see people get help and realize that there is other things in life. Smoking a fine cigar, fucking a bitch, doing a line of coke, whatever. So, yeah. I do hope he gets fixed what it is. And people need to realize the NRA ain't gonna help. Petitions ain't gonna do shit. He needs help. If they had all this shit on him to do the hold, then to do this, all this shit, God knows what the fuck he said. So, anywho, just pray for, if you're a God-fearing person or whatever, pray for it that he goes and gets help, whatever way he needs to. But just from the videos alone that he's been making lately, he's getting out there. And if he has the balls enough to put that shit on here, God knows what's really going on. So, peace.